Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 5. If you were new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted shows, reality shows, and also do reactions. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all, I love the fact that even though Cynthia has not been the actual full-time housewife in several seasons, she still was out here mingling with the right people, getting the right deals, and making these money moves. I really do appreciate that. So y'all know she is planning a trip to Texas with the ladies because she has a tequila company that she is partnering with. Now I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. She done got in with the good people. She done rubbed elbows with them. So now, okay, I'm here to promote. That's what you're supposed to do. So on the plane right there. Now it's supposed to be like a Dallas/Dynasty theme. And y'all, I am all here for a theme. I just don't want to be participating in this theme while I'm on an airplane. I'm all about being comfortable while I'm flying. I don't want to be dressed in theme when I'm on a plane. Once we get to our location and I done showered and got, travel off of me, then yeah, not so much on a plane. But on the plane right there, Angela and Peaky are speaking on their bankruptcies. And this is where I'm going to pause right here because, to me, coming from somebody who's know nothing about business, I just don't think it is a smart idea to be putting all your business out there. Yes, saying you want to go thinking about filing for bankruptcy, yeah, but breaking down everything that you got coming in, that's when, the people's gonna be looking and hearing and like, hey, you done brought this to our attention. Maybe we need to be looking further into what you got going on, and what something could have been not so small can be a whole lot bigger. Angela's like, yeah, but the difference between Angela is she lost her own money. She don't owe nobody money. That $2 million she lost on them houses was all on her. Now, this got Shamia questioning her, this rum company that she's trying to start. I think it is a good idea. It's just that what she wants to do is not a good idea. She want to have a peach flavored rum. Well, wherever, was it Grenada? They don't have peaches there. So you're adding going to your cost and you're going to have to up the price. Too high of a price, people are not going to want to buy it. So therefore, you would have lost money. If you can't have a peach flavor, have a peach-shaped bottle and not one that looks like your behind. Then maybe we could be going somewhere. But this has, Shamia questioning things because, like, money, she hasn't had to, worry about that in several years. But now, trying to get this company together and all the ideas she's having, she's like, oh, snap, maybe I shouldn't, the things that I want to do, I shouldn't do, and just go with, the basics of the things for right now, and maybe try not the peaches thing because that's gonna be too much overhead. But you know what I'm saying. But that got her questioning some things. Kay speaks on not having a prenuptial agreement, which surprises me because in the same sentence she's talking about how she believes all men cheat. So I'm like, if you believe all men cheat, wouldn't you want to, protect your assets? In case he be like, hey, I done found somebody else while I was out here cheating. I don't want to be with you no more, so now I got to have your assets? But her thinking is, even though she believes all men cheat, and since he's not on social media, that makes him maybe more suspicious. Which one, why would you want to marry him if you so suspicious of this man? But hey, this is what she's telling us. The fact that he doesn't like you giving him gifts, he doesn't like you helping him out, does not mean that he's later on, when Mad Day comes, want to come for your pockets. That has happened plenty of times. You think you were fully in love with somebody, and y'all did not get a prenuptial agreement, and then, 20 years done passed, and now, you didn't doggone got with somebody else, and the person said that they was here for you for love and not money, and now they done took all your money because Mad Day has come. Happened plenty of times. I'm not saying don't trust the man, but it's seeming like Kay don't trust the man because she think all men cheats. So I was like, why did you marry the man if you think down the road he gonna cheat? Can y'all just like been together? I don't know that woman's business. I just thought it was odd her not having a prenup agreement and not trusting men not to cheat. So the ladies arrive in Texas, and I'm going to assume they had never driven through Texas because, growing up, I knew Texas was big. It wasn't until I moved here that I realized how big Texas is. I live in the Houston area. Houston itself is broke down into like several different areas. You got Houston, you got Humble, you got Kingwood, you got Katy. Where else you got? You got Spring. I think there's Pasadena. They're broken off into different sections. That's just in Houston. I remember where I'm from in Georgia. You can get from point A to point B in maybe 15 minutes. Sometimes 15 minutes is just up the street here in Texas, in Houston. That's just in Houston. So I'm assuming wherever they flew to, they had to drive several hours just to get to that next location. And that still could have been all in the same city. So they've been driving for like 2 hours. And like, I would understand too. Like, when I'm traveling, I just want to get it done and over with. I done got cranky. I done got hungry. I done got restless. I don't know why Shamia is, using a cup to use the restroom at this restaurant, which I understand rest stops are in, like, public bathrooms are not the cleanest. But, like, I wouldn't think, seeming like you giving a urine sample would be one of those things. Like, but hey, if you don't want to, I get it. You don't want to sit on that toilet. That little bit piece of sheet of paper that they provide for you is probably not the best safeguard for things, but peeing in a cup just didn't seem like it was the thing to do. But I'm like, okay, you do you, Shamia, I guess. The house that Cynthia provided, it's a beautiful house. I'm not even gonna lie, but I think the issue is that you are not going to accommodate everybody, especially when you have a large group of people. Somebody's going to be ending up mad. So Pinky, she ends up being in the tiny house, which me personally, I would have loved it for myself. I mean, she got her own little house, got a bedroom, got a little kitchen area. I would have been happy with that. But I'm not on one of these shows to where I gotta seem like I'm bigger than what I am. And that's what it comes down to. Now, Shamia and Kelly, they are in a pool house, and they are upset because the pool house, the bed's got some stains in it, the tub and the sink don't look the cleanest. There's some stuff going on to which they not really liking it. Like, now, the rest of the ladies, they got the nicer rooms, which, that's going to happen on these shows. And the people who don't have the so nice rooms always feel kind of slighted. Like, why am I stuck in this room? But like I said, it is hard to have everybody in one area as far as being a house and being able to accommodate everybody. Each room is not going to be the best room, and somebody's going to be upset about it. So when it's time to have dinner, K. Michelle, her glam doesn't show up, so she don't want to use anybody else's glam, so she opts out. Shamia and Kelly, they don't want to take a shower in this dirty tub, so they don't show up for dinner. And I didn't like it how it made it seem like they was mad about the room and that's why they didn't show up, because that's what it made it seem like. But it's like, no, we don't want to take a shower in this dirty tub. And then it made it seem like, well, did y'all tell Cynthia about this? Which they did. They called Cynthia like, hey, these rooms is nasty. I know this is not your fault, but I don't want to be taking a shower in this nasty tub. I don't want to be using this nasty sink. So I can't take a shower, and I really don't want to come to, dinner smelling like travel, and I done been splashing in the pool too, so no, I don't want to do that. So I understand being upset and not being able to take a shower, because when I tell you, traveling, that's one thing I'm gonna do when I get from off the plane. Once I get to the destination I'm at, I'm taking a shower to get travel up off of me. That's just something I would want to do. I wouldn't want to just like, that's just me. I would have been upset if like I'm on vacation, which it's not Cynthia's fault, and this room is looking nasty. But like I said, it's going to be hard to please everybody when you have a large group of people like this. I just loved how Portia was able to ease out of this conversation and like shift it on over to Pinky and Phaedra, because they bring up how Kelly is upset that Portia made the comment that she was sleeping with a married man, which, you know, it's funny that Portia, like, yes, Kelly did come on the scene last season, like, you know, you took that woman's husband. Didn't help Portia out none when she got mad at Angela and said that she was going to sleep with Charles. So we're not going to act like Portia has not done this before. But saying Kelly did that and acting like you have concrete evidence, like you was in the room and seen it with your own two eyes, that's one thing I didn't like. Portia is saying things and saying it as it is a fact. Like, whoever this, in Portia's world and in Portia's story, Kelly was sleeping with a married man. And directly after sleeping with this married man, Kelly herself, this is Portia's story, that Kelly got to talk about Portia and Dennis to this man. And this man that she supposedly was sleeping with went and told a friend, hey, I just slept with Kelly from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she was talking about Portia and Dennis right after things happened. And that person he told went and told Portia. I mean, like, in what world does this happen? And, like, I know stranger things has happened, but this is Portia's evidence of to what happened. I just love the fact that when they got to question her about it, she was like, I don't even, you know, Portia, she would like ease at him, like, but what about you and Pinky? And then, like, everybody focused on Pinky and Phaedra, and Phaedra saying that Pinky eat meat. Now, granted, Phaedra did not say Pinky eats meat. She just said that she used to own a Jamaican restaurant and she was serving meat. But the way that Phaedra does things, she didn't say it, but the way she was saying it, you not paying attention to everything else. You just bringing up, she used to doggone have a Jamaican restaurant and they was serving meat. It was Kelly who said that she eats meat. Said she saw her eating meat. But Shamia done got her wires crossing, like Phaedra was talking, and the way she was talking, she didn't say she eat meat, but it was kind of like, if you're not paying attention, you would have thought she said that she ate meat. I just think it is so funny how Portia was able to slide out of that conversation and sit back. Is now Phaedra and Pinky going back at it, which leads to Pinky and Angela going back at it. When I tell you Angela and Pinky was spilling the tea and reading each other down, it's like I didn't even take my notes because I was like, there was no way I would have been able to do this. But this is basically the gist of what happened. I am rich. No, I am rich. Your husband don't love you. Well, you got a second wife in the basement. You don't pay your employees. You didn't give your people a Christmas bonus. I should have bought your foreclosed companies. It was like, it was tag team. It's like, what you look like, you take that wig off of them lashes off, ain't nobody gonna want you. My husband still gonna want me. You over there looking like Papa Smurf over there. You looking like a tennis ball. It was like, it was going on. It was like tennis. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I was like, oh my goodness. And like, they were not holding back on each other. It was like, soon as Angela said something, Pinky would say something, and Angela would come back with her. It was like, they was going at it, and I was like, oh. And Drew's face was my face. I was like, oh my goodness. And then after all that, Angela was like, in the most calm voice, this wasn't my intention. I just felt that you was coming off a little aggressive. Ma'am, you just read this woman for filth. And now you call me like, this is not my intention. You just seemed a little bit aggressive. I'm like, oh. Oh, Angela's something else. I'm telling you, I love me some Angela. And like the way that her and Pinky was going back and forth, it was like almost old school Housewives again. I loved it. But I was like, whooch, I would not, I couldn't take it. Me personally, not at all. That was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.